Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. This is Teresa. Happy Saturday. Happy Saturday after Christmas and Saturday before New Year's. We are on the cusp of yet another holiday. And I'm having a party. What? Christmas wasn't stressful enough? Throw a party. No, I like hosting parties, but let me tell you something. Christmas took it out of me, kids. It really did. I realized that I turned into my mother several times during Christmas. My mother, bless her heart, was a very simple woman. And if she became overwhelmed with too many activities, too many people, too many things to remember, she sort of got this blank look on her face. And I found myself having that same blank look several times while I was shopping for presents. I say this, and it's true. I am a bad gift giver. I don't plan ahead. I don't think ahead. I just find myself in the middle of a department store looking at all the merchandise thinking, what am I doing with my life? Somehow I muddle through, and I did again this year. No, I really had a good Christmas, but I'm glad it's over. I've got all my Christmas stuff put away, done with that, and I am ready to bring in the new year. Because let me tell you something, kids. This past year was pretty weird. And I say weird, not bad, because, you know, I don't think it was bad. I mean, yeah, my marriage fell apart. My husband cheated on me and kicked me out. And you know the reason why he gave me that he strayed from the marriage? Wait till you hear this. He told me that the reason why he found solace in someone else is because he felt that I spent too much time on my YouTube channel. Really? That's funny, because I spent the last 12 years looking at the back of his head while he played video games. So there you go. Flimsy excuses yet again. Look, I'm not the only one that's gone through this. I'm not trying to have a pity party. I do not pity myself. As a matter of fact, quite the opposite. I find myself to be a strong woman who went through a terrible experience and came out the other side stronger than ever. Okay? I pulled myself together. I got my life organized. I bought a house, and I have a very solid relationship with my boyfriend, who I love dearly. I don't trust him. No, I'm kidding. Trust is hard, especially when you've been cheated on and you didn't see it coming, because I didn't see it coming. I did not. You know, hindsight, they say, is always 20/20. And there were a few things that I look back on now and I realize were red flags, but at the time I didn't think anything about them. Okay, for instance, my husband had a pattern. He would shower after work because he worked in a book factory. So he would sometimes come home with paper dust on his clothes, on his skin. So his habit was to shower after work. He began showering before and after work there the last month of our relationship. And I knew that he was doing that because he never hung up his towel. So every day I hung up his towel, and I found myself doing it twice a day. So I approached him one day because we split the bills. I was responsible for the water bill. And when I realized that he was taking 2 showers a day, it never dawned on me that he was doing it so that he was fresh for work, for the chick he was going out with. Just that he, for some reason, forgot that the water was attached to a bill. So I approached him and I said, listen, I don't know if you've suddenly turned into a 14-year-old girl, but you get 1 shower in a 24-hour period unless you fall in shit. Okay, if you fall in shit out in the yard or somehow you've come into contact with fecal matter, then you can have 2 showers a day. But unless that happens, it's 1 shower a day, buddy. And he laughed and I laughed. Okay, well, I didn't think about it until afterwards. And then I realized, of course, that's why I was taking 2 showers a day. Another time, he went to show me a funny video on his phone. And instead of being able to just swipe his phone and open it, he had to put his fingerprint on there because he had it locked. And he mentioned nonchalantly that his son had put that on his phone and that he was going to have to get with his son to take it off. Like it was an annoyance. Well, I didn't think anything about it. And after everything happened, I mentioned that to one of my friends. And she's like, listen, somebody can't put that on your phone. If you have a lock where you have to put your fingerprint on there to open it, you've put that on there. Somebody can't do it for you. Another red flag I didn't see. Because I was so stupid. But anyway, I feel like maybe now I read a little too much into every little thing. But maybe that'll fade over time. I don't know. My boyfriend's a good sport about it, though. You know, the other day was watching something and he turned it and I said, what are you turning it for? Huh? Does that remind you of somebody? What does that girl look like somebody you want to go out with? No, I'm kidding. I didn't do that. But, you know, I'm not saying I would never do it. I'm not crazy, just cautious. So anywho, so I'm having a New Year's party. I should have brought I think I can remember what's on the menu. I'm going to do like a vlog where my party prep, you know, I think that'll be fun. But on the menu, I think I'm just going to do like a bunch of appetizers, you know, like not finger foods necessarily, but appetizer type foods. I'm going to do your traditional meatballs. I'm going to make a cheese ball. I'm going to make bacon wrapped cream cheese stuffed jalapenos. What else am I doing? Oh, fruit and fruit dip. Oh, yeah, the buffalo chicken dip, which I don't know exactly how to make that. I bought a can of chicken and some Frank's Red Hot sauce. I'm going to have to look up on Pinterest to see what the other ingredient. I'm sure there's more ingredients than that. But yeah, so it's going to be fun. I'm just going to have a handful of people over and ring in the new year here at the new house. I'm excited about that. And my boyfriend doesn't have to work, so he'll be able to bring in the new year with us. What else is going on? Christmas. Christmas was good. It seemed to come and go in a flash, though, right? December's not a good month for me. I'm stressed at work in December because in the very first week of January, I don't know if I ever told you guys this, but I'm an ISO auditor, and I take care of our ISO. If you don't know what ISO is, it's boring. It's not boring to me. I love it. But when I start explaining it to other people, they start having that blank look on their face like my mom does. So I don't think it's everybody's cup of tea, but basically it's a quality management system, and there are certain things in the standard that we have to do as a company to be ISO certified. So I kind of take care of making sure that we do all the things that we have to do. And in January we have a huge external audit, and so that December is always kind of a stressful month for me. I feel like, you know, I'm scrambling around to make sure everybody has their ducks in a row and that we're ready for the audit. And so December is not only stressful because of Christmas, thing going off, but because of our audit in January. But I feel like I'm in a good place now. Well, I think we're pretty well prepared for the audit, so I can kind of breathe a little bit. The audit's January 8th, so... and I'm off work until, what is today? Today is the 30th? Today's the 30th. It's Saturday. So I have today, tomorrow, Monday, and Tuesday off. And I go back on Wednesday. And so I'm just going to pencil in a meltdown for Wednesday, Thursday, and Friday before the audit. But today I'm going to clean and get everything organized and straightened up and ready for some party prep tonight. I mean, there are things that I'll prepare tonight and stick in the fridge and get ready for tomorrow. So maybe I'll take you through some of the stuff that I do today. And because I know how everybody likes to watch somebody else clean their house. I mean, it's the most exciting thing to do. But I do want to show you something, though, before. This is 10 minutes already I'm in. Yeah, I'm going to take you through some party prep in a little bit, so hang on. But before we do that, I want to show you. In a couple of different videos that I've had in the past few months, I've mentioned that I work with a gentleman that does woodworking on the side, and that he was, when I moved from the house that I was living at with my husband and to my apartment, I have a pretty nice collection of old books. And when I say old books, I mean books from the 1800s into the early 1900s, and all different kinds of books. But I lost because in the house I lived in with my husband, I had a built-in bookcase in the dining room that I kept my old books on. So obviously when I left and took my books, I was without that bookshelf. So I actually started talking to a guy at work that I knew did woodworking on the side, and talked to him about a bookcase that I'd like to have made. So, you know, he was excited to do that for me. And so, you know, we talked about, you know, he asked me how tall I wanted it to be, how wide, how deep, you know, and things like that. So it's really custom made. And he delivered it to me on my birthday. So I'm gonna show it to you right now because it's behind me. Hang on, and I'll show you. Okay, I'm gonna try to do this without being too shaky. All right. Okay, so here it is. It's 65 inches tall, and I don't remember how wide or deep, but I had enough old books to do the first 3 shelves. And then now I just have this space at the bottom to work on. And the cool part about this thing, and I didn't even ask him to do this, he did it as a bonus, is this top. Let me see if I can lift it. Okay, I can't because there's this old typewriter is very heavy. But this lifts up, and there's an area in here. It's like a secret compartment. Now the world knows. But anyway, I thought that was very nice of him to add that feature to it, in case there were something I wanted to keep safe and out of the way. So yeah, how gorgeous is that? And it's oak. So yeah, I was really super excited to get this in my house. Okay, so hang on to your hats, and I'll be back with some party prep. All right, party prep underway. Okay, so right now I'm going to put together my dried beef cheese ball, and what I've got here is 3 blocks of cream cheese that I've softened in the microwave for a few seconds. In this bowl I've got a jar of the Armour dried beef that I've chopped up in my little mini chopper, and right now I am chopping up some green onion to add to that. So what I do, I just cut it into small sections and stuck it in my chopper, and then, you know, pulsate it. All right, let's see what this looks like. Well, it's kind of onion juice. Let's see how it turns out. And then I'll do the rest. You know, you want to look all professional, like a cooking show. You end up looking like some kind of skit from Saturday Night Live. Alright, so there's the rest of it. Really a nice, handy thing to have, this chopper. Honestly, especially when you're cutting up onion. Get a spoon. Go ahead and I've washed my hands. So I'm just gonna pinch this cream cheese off in here. And once I get it mixed well, then I'm gonna have to decide how I'm gonna display it, you know, how I'm gonna serve it. Which means a trip to the pantry to look at all the crap I have. Okay. Now we go rinse my hands. Just wipe them off, I guess. Alright, now I'm going to stir this, get this crap out of the way. You know what? I'm just going to use my hands. My hands are clean. I hope this isn't going to be too oniony. I don't measure anything, or, you know, this isn't a recipe. This is just me throwing this together, but I'll taste it. If it's got too much onion in it, I'll add more cream cheese. Maybe we'll have to have a pickup truck bring it into the party. This is a big cheese ball now. If I have to add more cream cheese to it, it's going to be unmanageable. Nothing says a party like a cheese ball, am I right? Oh. Okay. Now, I'm going to pause this while I go get some kind of tray or container or something, so, and wash my hands again, so hang on. Okay, looks like a nice sized cheese ball. I did taste it. Perfect. And now I'm just gonna smooth it out with a butter knife so it doesn't look like a blob. And I've decided to put it on this cake plate with a lid. See, and then I'll just, obviously right before the party, I'll put the crackers around it. So I'm gonna go ahead and put it in the fridge like that. So that's one thing down. Hang on. All right, the next thing I'm going to do, can you see any of this? Okay, wait a second. All right, I'm going to prep these jalapenos for the oven. I'm not going to make them. Should I make them tonight? I don't think so. I don't think so. But I'll prep the pepper. And what I do is I take the seeds out, because obviously that's the hot part, and then I'll wash them and fill them with a cream cheese mixture I'm going to make, which is going to be cream cheese and sharp shredded cheese. I like sharp cheese, you know, it has more flavor. Mild cheddar is okay if you're 4. Uh-oh. My boyfriend doesn't care for really spicy things, and I've promised him that these are not very spicy. Because like I said, the heat's in the seeds, so... And then what I'll do, like I said, I'll take the seeds out and wash the peppers good. I like to leave the stem on them too. I don't know, I just think it makes them look cool. And I've got bacon that I'll cut the bacon strips in half and wrap them around each pepper filled with the cream cheese and the sharp cheddar mixture. So basically, this is what I'm going to keep doing until I have all these peppers done. And I have 10, I think, which will make 20 appetizers. And I think that'll be plenty because I think we're, I want to say we're having, let's see, let me think. Like 5 or 6 people over. Okay, so that's what I'm doing now. So I'll show you the results when I'm finished. All right, I'm on the home stretch with these jalapenos. So I've got my mixture here of cream cheese and shredded sharp cheddar cheese. I'm just gonna, you know, fill the cavity here. And then take a strip of bacon. Oh no. There. And then my last one. Then what I'll do is I'll sprinkle the top with some ground black pepper and bake them in the oven until the bacon is done. And then guess what? Bon appetit. And the rest of this bacon, guess what? I'm going to put that in a skillet right now. Fry it up. All right. Well, that's all the party prep I'm going to do right now because housework is boring and I don't even want to film me doing it because that's how boring it is. So anyway, have a good night, and I will catch you on the flip side. Do a little vlogging tomorrow of my party. Happy New Year, people!